It is clear how to calculate a capital gain tax.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, that was just a basic thing. Okay. So now we have topic of part disposal. Okay, now let's say, for example, Mr. X, he purchased 10 acres of land. Okay. But after 2 years, he sold 2 acres. Okay. So initially he purchased 10 acres of land, and after 2 years he sold 2 acres. Now I know exactly for how much those 2 acres are sold for.
Right.
But the main problem is cost. Right? There's a part disposal, right? Although in day one he purchased 10 acres, but after 2 years he's not selling the entire 2 acres. He is just selling 2 acres of land.
Right.
There's a part disposal, right? This is a part disposal. You're not selling the entire 10 acres. You're just selling 2 acres.
Right.
Now, basically, in case of part disposal, you know exactly for how much those 2 acres are sold for. You know the sales proceed. But the main problem is cost. Okay. Now the question is, what is the cost of 2 acres which are sold out of 10 acres?
Yeah.
Now it cannot be the case that you're saying that I know the cost of 10 acres, so I can easily compute the cost of 2 acres. Right? Maybe this is what you must be wondering, that I will take the total cost. Now that is the cost of 10 acres. No, now this is not how you can calculate the cost. Okay, this is wrong. Because in case of land, prices are different. Like if it is east open, if it is west open, so the prices are different. Okay, so cost cannot be computed in this way. Okay.
Okay.
In part disposal, we know exactly for how much that part is sold for. But the main problem is cost. So over here, the cost will be computed by using a formula. Okay.
Okay.
Now let's say, for example, those 2 acres are sold for, assuming the DP is 50,000, disposal proceed is 50,000. Okay. So the 2 acres are sold for 50,000. Now from this you will minus allowable cost. And obviously if there is any incidental cost, so that will also be deducted. But assuming over here there's no incidental cost. Okay.
Okay.
So from this DP I will simply minus the allowable cost. Okay.
Okay.
Now let's say originally this 10 acres of land, it was purchased for, assuming the cost was 90,000. Okay.
Okay.
Let's make a question over here. So let's say 10 acres of land that was purchased for 90,000. After 2 years, he sold 2 acres for 50,000. While market value of remainder was 200,000. Okay. Now, assuming this is your question. Okay. So 2 acres was sold for 50,000. Right? So DP will be 50,000. So from this you will minus allowable cost. So allowable cost will be computed by using a formula, which is total cost, that is 90,000 multiplied by DP. DP is 50,000, right?
Right.
So DP is 50,000 divided by DP, which is 50,000 plus market value of remainder, which is 200,000. Okay. Now you're selling 2 acres out of 10 acres, right? So remaining acres will be 8. So in
Yes.
denominator, you will take DP plus remaining asset market value at a time of disposal. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So you will take DP plus market value of remaining asset at the time of disposal.
Okay.
Just think logically over here in denominator, I'm taking total market value.
Right.
Right?
Total market value of the total 10 acres of land.
Right, exactly. Okay. So maybe in the exam, he might give you the total market value. Okay. So do you remember one thing that in the denominator, this DP plus market value of remaining land, that if you take the total, that is the total market value. Okay. Let me write down the formula also for you. That is, you will take cost, original cost into DP over DP plus market value of remaining part. Okay. Clear?
Right. Yes, ma'am.
So now just tell me the answer.
18,000.
Okay, 18,000. So it means chargeable gain will be
32,000.
32,000. Now, obviously, from this chargeable gain, you will minus your annual exemption amount. So after this, the working will be the same. Because I'm doing that working with you. Okay, now from now onwards, whatever topics we will discuss, we will just do the working till chargeable gain. Because after that, the things are same. Okay, you have to minus your annual exempt amount and you have to apply ATX. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can copy the same thing, and then I will give you a question.
Yeah.
Now, let's say, for example, Mr. A owns a property costing 100,000. Okay. Okay, now listen very carefully. I'm just continuing with that example. So we have computed the amount of chargeable gain, right? Which is 32,000. Now,
Right.
after that, you have to compute base cost. Okay.
Okay.
So before moving on to this next question, just come back on over here on this example question. So after computing your chargeable gain, you have to compute base cost, which is also known as revised base cost. So base cost, revised base cost, RBC. So base cost, that simply means the cost of remaining land, right? Because right now I have just sold 2 acres, right? So in the
Right.
future, obviously you will sell the remaining acres. So
Right.
after doing, after computing your chargeable gain, you have to compute base cost.
Yeah. For the remaining 8 acres.
Right. Okay, so that will be your original cost. We'll take original cost. So the original cost of 10 acres of land, that was 90,000.
90,000.
Now from this, you have to minus disposal cost. So the part that you have disposed, that part was
Yeah.
having a cost of 18,000, right?
Yeah.
So that will be deducted 18,000.
Okay.
It means your base cost will be 72,000.
72,000.
Right.
Yeah.
This base cost, this is the cost of remaining land. So in the future, whenever
Right.
you sell the remaining land, so from the DP, you will minus the base cost. Okay.
Okay.
So whenever you will
So
sell
no
your
need to
remaining land,
like find out the cost anymore.
right?
We can
Because
use
normally
this
over
as
here,
a
right? Because normally over here in F6 paper, there will be 2 disposals. Okay.
right.
That's why whenever you will sell the remaining 8 acres, so from the DP, you will simply minus the base cost. Okay,
Okay.
there can be more than 2 2 disposals. Okay, you can only sell that asset in 2 disposals.
Okay.
Okay, you can copy it. Then after that, you can try this example.